It's about 6 minutes to 9. The next 5 minutes is brought to you by John Parr. How do I describe you, John? A local attorney who everybody knows?
I'm a local attorney that emphasizes estate planning and probating and essentially trying to take care of people over 50 and their what-if needs.
Who bakes cookies?
I baked you some cookies, Dick.
Thank you very much. You have chocolate chip and looks like peanut butter.
Peanut butter, you got it.
All right. I can't wait to bite into those.
Yeah.
But we want to get right down to business here. You were in a few months ago, and we were talking about some, actually, I don't want to call them horror stories, but they kind of are. If people don't do things legally just right, they could be in for a shock.
Yeah, that's really true, and I'm learning that I really need to kind of tell these things in the form of a story, because I think it's more meaningful to the people that are listening to us. And we're going to talk about two real quick stories having to do with powers of attorney with the HIPAA provision. And if you'll remember, the HIPAA provision is a written waiver that you can give to another person. So in the event you cannot give consent to allow another person to get your medical information, you can still get it. And so I have two situations that seem to continue to be happening over and over again. One is, I got a call the other day from a woman. Her husband had an emergent medical situation where he could not give consent. He's at a hospital, and she cannot get any medical information about him. So she calls and asks me, what do I do? And fortunately, in that situation, a couple days later, he was able to give consent, so she was able to pick up the pieces and start caring for him and get information. But had that not occurred, she would have had to go to court and get a guardianship. Now, the other situation that's even more serious in many respects is our single people, same-sex couples, individuals who seek out another person to care for them, and then they get in a situation where they cannot give consent, they have not signed a document, and the person that you care for will not be able to get information. And I had a recent example where a brother suddenly came out from Kansas, and he hadn't seen his sister for a couple of years, and he felt Mom and Dad would have wanted me to take care of my sister. So suddenly he is wanting to care for her while the person that this woman had chosen was suddenly being pushed out of the picture.
Wow. Now, you know what? This is one of those things where you tell us this over and over, John, and we all know this, we just don't do it.
It's absolutely true. Denial is really a big piece of what's happening. And ultimately what I'm saying is that people need to find a lawyer they're comfortable with and start planning. And part of the planning process is not only getting these documents, but developing a health care plan and a financial plan so that when things occur, you have a roadmap, you have a safety net.
Yeah, I'm just as guilty as everybody else. You have this head knowledge, these are the things I need to do, but you just don't do them.
That's true. And you might not remember this, but I used to work at Mills & Mills when I was going through high school. I delivered the obituaries to KGY every day, and I will assure you that people die, and they do get sick, and you have to plan for it.
Yeah, it's so John, you're in this business. This is what you do. You specialize in taking care of estates and things like that. How do people find you?
Well, first of all, I emphasize I don't specialize. We can't do that in Washington. I'm up in the Westhills Office Park, Building 20. My telephone number is 357-3036. We're actively taking new clients, and we're really looking at this holistically. We're trying to help people not only get their documents, but make plans, plan, so when the emergency hits, they're ready.
So you've been in this, you've done this for a long time. You know all the little pitfalls. You've seen all the stories.
Yeah, heard all the stories. I've been at this for 35 years. A lot of it has been working with families. I don't say I've seen all the pitfalls, but I can really work with people and anticipate what the needs are going to be, and if they will listen, I can get them where they need to be cared for. There are other wonderful lawyers in town. Find somebody that you're comfortable with and get your legal work done.
All right, and once again, people find you...
Yeah, I'm at 357-3036 up on the west side of Olympia. My office is located right next to the Dodge dealership up near the Auto Mall.
And John Parr is the name. And you're a historic family, really, in this town. You